All right, all right. Look like we are live, brothers and sisters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is another episode of Black Wealth Empowerment Live. Broadcast number, check this out. Listen very carefully. This is broadcast number 152. 152. That's right, brothers and sisters. We've done 151 of these broadcasts. So if you just joined us for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome to you as well, brothers and sisters. We're happy that you decided to be with us. We have an exciting topic for you tonight. We're going to talk about the correct way of thinking for happiness and wealth. There's a right way and a wrong way of doing everything. We want to do right the right way. So we have to think rightly in order to get the happiness and the promise that God has promised us of abundance, which is wealth. I'm happy to come to you live from Houston, Texas. My name is Daryl Muhammad, and it's another beautiful day in the neighborhood, as Mr. Rogers says. But this is Mr. Muhammad telling you it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, brothers and sisters. We're happy to be with you another Sunday by God's grace to bring you a short message. You know, they say a wise man speaks in brevity, meaning just a few words, but it's so impregnated. So we're here for the hour of power, so we can give you the goods. And as we say in the streets, we can put you up on this game, the GAME, put you up on this game. The game that is being played out here, that a very few people win and dominate. A game that's being played out here that we all can win if we know the rules, if we know what it is that's not being taught to the masses of the people that prevent them from winning to the full extent of their potential. Meaning the desire that God puts in your heart, maybe it may not be around, or maybe it might be dormant, or maybe, we have to blow the dust off it. But that once aspirational desire that you had to want to be all you can be. We're talking about learning and discovering what it is that we need to know to take that, excuse me, to cultivate that and to bring that into reality. Brothers and sisters, that is not something that any one person can do by themselves. And if we're going to take on that mission here at BWE, just in the delivery of that kind of message, then it's not something that I can do by myself. So I'm blessed, and we are blessed to have with us our brother, your brother, my brother, the co-host of BWE, the Courage Coach, Brother Rodney Assad Muhammad. Brother Rodney, you there?
Yes, sir, brother Daryl. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Loud and clear. You tuned in, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace, brothers and sisters. Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. You are here with the hour of power, the live experience. Woo! Oh my goodness, 152. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing. That makes me happy to just say 152, 152 broadcasts later, and we still going strong. That makes me happy. That makes me so happy to say. Now, brothers and sisters, you are in for an absolute treat today. This is the hour of power with Black Wealth Empowerment. We talk about mindset. We talk about pocketbook set. We talk about purse set, right? There's some new terms right there you can use. I'm trying to get my purse set together. Like, what you talking about? My purse. Well, I got my mindset right now. I got to get my purse set. I got to get my wallet set together. My pocket set. We gonna have to do a broadcast on the right set of mind, or the right set of what we gonna call it something. But brothers and sisters, this is the place to be to accomplish both the mental, the spiritual, and the physical components to building wealth, wellness, happiness, joy, peace, love, tranquility, whatever. All those things, they all go hand in hand. They're intertwined, right? They're intertwined. And if you do it right, you apply the mathematical equation the right way, you have wealth, wellness, right? Just feel that, right? Spiritual tranquility, right? Joy, happiness, peace in your life. if we apply the right mathematical components or mathematical problems in the right order at the right time, using the right numbers and things like that, and knowing what to do at the right time. This is Black Wealth Empowerment. So this is a place where you're going to get some of the keys you need, some of those mathematical equations that you require, right? You're going to pick those things up here. Now, you might be able to get them some other places. Maybe it's possible. You might be able to pick up a book of 20,000, here or there, right? And the reason why I say a book of 20,000, because this information didn't come out of the blue. Brother Daryl didn't just pass by a Barnes and Nobles or a library and say, "Ooh, I know stuff now." Like Neo in the Matrix, they downloaded something into him. He said, "I know Kung Fu." And Morpheus said, "Show me." Right? No, that ain't how it happened. You're going to have to dig in, right? You're going to have to pick up that book. You got to buy that book. You got to go to Brother Daryl's Amazon page, right? You have to go to what's the website? He'll give it to you in a little while where you can go and get the books that can really help change your whole trajectory, brothers and sisters. Thousands and thousands of hours reading, studying, applying, going to more workshops and seminars, teaching them, going to more, getting another book, right? Applying. This is a series of events that led us to this moment right here where we're at. And so we don't come to you as experts. No, we don't come to you experts. We never reach expert level, although we are experts. We don't come to you at the expert level. We come to you as perpetual students who have mastered some things, still in the classroom and other things, but we are wise enough to know that we don't know. There's still more to grow, still further to go, and we got to show. See that rhyme, y'all. Y'all didn't feel that. Come on, y'all. Get this the hour of power. You got to be happy about this thing. Come on, get in, get involved. Brother Daryl's going to give you all some critical information on what you can do in order to begin the process of participation. Because I talked about application, right? You got to apply. I kept mentioning apply, right? Apply. That's a key to wealth building. That's a key to happiness. It's an application, but the right application. So Brother Daryl's going to give you some things to do to help yourself, to help us, to help others be able to participate in this broadcast and get the benefits. So I'll come back to you in a little while, let you know some new and exciting things coming up that's going on and whatnot. And we're going to keep this hour of power going strong. It's the hour of power, y'all. Tell a friend. Brother Daryl, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Brother Rodney. Appreciate it. Before we do that, Brother Rodney, let the people know, because I'm sure we always got first timers and those that came on late last week and didn't hear about your new project, your new giving platform that you started last, a couple of weeks ago, but it's on Thursday. Share that with the people, please.
Yes, sir, Brother Joe. Thank you for that. Yes, the Thursday night call to courage with none other than me, the courage coach, right? But it's many years ago when I first entered into the developed the business of speaking and training and doing this all over the world. People really, and it's not toot my own horn thing. This is a quote from somebody else. People really enjoyed the things I was sharing online with other people, right? And message boards, and I was doing articles like e-zine articles. If you go to e-zine articles, you'll find a lot of articles I wrote and things like that, just all over the place, right? People really enjoyed it. And I realized something that, wow, I'm really on to something. So a friend of mine came to me and said, Rodney, people really enjoy what you write and what you do. You might want to find a way to really reach out to more and more people. And so I would do the Thursday night call to courage, but it was on the telephone back then. You had to do the conference call lines. That's when that was hot and happening. Conference call lines, right? Before the technology could really get where it needed to be. And so what I did is that at the end, it really, the poking and prodding of other people saying, Coach, you got to get, Coach, why aren't you doing this? Coach, why aren't you doing that? Back when one of the other little platforms was doing the video stuff for a while, and it's like, Coach, why don't you get on the thing? I'm like, I'm not feeling it right. I'm just not feeling it. And not knowing that Facebook was going to buy up a bunch of people, right? And so now, is a time, God really put it on my heart to go ahead and implement the Thursday night call to courage. And so it's a place where you can come and get a message that might be quick, it might be longer, but I'm going to speak from my heart, speak with authenticity about subjects and topics that I think are relevant to us to help get our mindset right, to get our spiritual and faith walk right and tight, right? Not that I know everything, but it's just me being purely authentic and saying it like it TIZ. I mean, hard hitting, in your face, direct, because I believe that a lot of people benefit from flowery words, Brother Daryl. Some people benefit from flowery words, pretty packages. I was never that person. You don't have to wrap no gift. You're going to give me a gift, you don't got to wrap it. Matter of fact, don't surprise me either. I don't like surprises, right? Just show up and say, here. Or matter of fact, call me up and say, I got you something. This is what it is. I'm bringing it by at 3. I'm like, I ain't going to be home at 3. Come by at 4. Okay. And then you bring it to me and I go, oh, thank you. Praise be to Allah very much. You like it? I love this. This is awesome. That's cool for me. You ain't got to go surprise. I'm gonna be like, what is all this? I'm thinking now you're trying to trick me, right? So I don't like trickery, even if it's for some quote good reason, right? Because that's a mindset that you got to put yourself in, that I'm gonna deceive a person so I can then give them something. That's not a good way to think. And so that's just but me personal. So the Thursday night call to courage, the place where you come on Facebook Live. All you got to do is go thecouragecoach.live. Just go to www.thecouragecoach.live and you will lock right into my Facebook page. Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. You definitely want to be on next Thursday night call to courage. We going in super deep. I switched it up, Brother Daryl. I told everybody I was going to do one top. No, we're going to switch it up. This week on the Thursday night call to courage, we're going to talk about the training wheels of life. We're going to talk about the training wheels of life. Oh, my goodness. Woo-hoo. We going super duper deep. I got this from a young brother. I think he's like 7 or 8 right now. You know, he gave me this one. So I'm gonna give him a shout out on the broadcast. So, brother, that's it. Y'all join me on Thursday night call to courage this Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Thank you for that update, Brother Rodney. Brother and sister, it's time for us to get serious, you know? And if you're here, then that's the beginning. In my years on this journey of personal development, self-improvement, because really that's where it's about. You know, I remember Courage Coach hearing some of my mentors say many, many, many years ago, if you're concerned about poverty and helping out the poor and less fortunate, you know the best way to do that? Not to become one of them. And not even put yourself in a situation where if something happens in your life, now you become one of them. Just imagine, brothers and sisters, everybody that you see begging on the side of the street, everybody that's homeless wasn't born homeless. They haven't been homeless all their lives. A lot of them were, you know, middle class at some period of their life. Some of them were doing fine. Everybody that's homeless is not crazy. But everybody that's homeless has a broken spirit. Has a broken spirit. And they've given up the fight. Now, some of us and most of us, we're not at that point. But my point is, we got to get a furthest away from that point to as that's not even a probability. But it says we have to take this time now, this time now, in the now, to up our game. To up our game. See, what Brother Rodney shared with you is his way of upping his game. As some of you all might know, I used to be a stockbroker. And one of the first things that I've learned, and some of you all might have heard this term, you buy low and sell high. You buy low and sell high. See, that's a philosophy of trained investors. Buy low and sell high. So you do the opposite of the environment. You do the opposite of what the majority of the people who aren't trained do. So now while we see this environment and Donald Trump got America and really the world in an uproar. Now is not the time to get scared. Now is not the time to have these conflicting thoughts in our minds, and now we're more doubtful than we've ever been. Now is the time, brothers and sisters, for us to be more certain than we've ever been, to be more determined than we've ever been, to be more clear in our thinking, in our actions, in our determination than we've ever been. Now is that time. Back prior to 2008, I'm a real estate investor, and back then the money was flowing and everything was going, and everybody was making money in real estate. You didn't have to know what you were doing. You just had to just throw your hat in the ring and you made money. See, anybody can make money. Anybody can do well. Anybody can be positive when the wave of positivity is high. But the question is, can we do the same when the wave is down, when the wave is low, when everybody is all concerned about Donald Trump? God was around before Donald Trump. God going to be around after Donald Trump. But now is the time, brothers and sisters, for us to clear our minds, clear our thinking, clear our environment, and focus and take action. Don't do it like we do our resolutions. Oh, 2019 Courage Coach, man, I kind of fell off. It's 7 months into the new year. I'm just going to kind of maintain my weight. I'm just going to kind of maintain, where I'm at right now in my goal. I mean, where I am in my goal. But next year, man, I'm going to do it next year. That's the wrong way of thinking. We're talking about tonight the correct way to think for happiness and wealth. See, we don't know if we're thinking the right way unless we're comparing it with something that is. We'll talk about that more later. Here's what you need to do, brothers and sisters, right now. Those of you who are watching, some of you are watching in our private platform here at Black Wealth Empowerment. So we have a different way for you to get active, to get involved, to let us know how alive you are. When it comes to, excuse me, living, you're not alive just because your heart beats. Now, when it comes to living, you're alive when it comes to living based on what you do with your heart beating. What are your activities throughout the day? Do you have the power to exert yourself throughout the day? Is it only 15 minutes a day, or is it 20 minutes a day, and that's all you got on any given day? Or can you hit it continuously in spurts throughout the day when necessary? Here's what you need to do for those of you who are watching us in the our private BWE platform. Right above the video, you see some tabs. Right above, you see some tabs. The first one is Facebook like. You hit that. That lets Facebook know that you like our page. And you can hit that as many times as you want. There's no limit. No limit soldiers. There's no limit. All right? You go ahead and hit that. The one next to that is Facebook share. Facebook share. You hit that. You might have to log in, but here's what you need to put in there. Hashtag BWE Hangout. Hashtag BWE Hangout. We are live. Join us. We are live. Join us. Do that right now, brothers and sisters. If you're not doing it right now as I speak, then you're not a good student. It's hard for us to make A in life, A in our aspirations, if we're C students. We have to strive to be the A in aspiration in order to reach and achieve our aspirations. All right. So go ahead and do that in Facebook. Twitter, you do the same thing. Hit it. Put the same hashtag. Send that out. Send it out to Twitter, the Twitterverse. Right. You do the same thing. What I think is LinkedIn, G plus, that's Google plus, and also Pinterest. Go ahead and do that right now, brothers and sisters. Do it right now. Because see, once we get into the content of this message, you might be so mesmerized to as you forget to hit those tabs. But go ahead and hit them right now, a couple of times right now each. Hit the like again. Hit the Facebook share again. Hit the Twitter share again. Hit the Instagram or LinkedIn share again. Hit the G plus share again, and hit the Pinterest share again. Blow it up, brothers and sisters. We have to outshare, out promote the noise and the negativity and the fear and the doubt. See, we have to have enough strength to push back. And any one individual can't do it. Right? It can't do it because there's more than an individual pushing against you. So it's going to be hard for one individual for you to push back by yourself. But together, collectively, we can push it back. We can push the doubt, the negativity off of us. See, brothers and sisters, we're going to have to talk about that, Courage Coach. The power of unity. Right? Unity. You got to have it. See, it's no way. There's no other way. So the extent that you all don't do what's necessary to unite, you got to share things with people to see who has a like mind and then work together with them. You just can't I mean, what are the bases of your unity? We got to share and communicate with each other. So they'll know, oh, okay, I didn't know brother such and such was into that. Let me go ahead and hit him a thumbs up. Let me go ahead and hit him a like. Let me go ahead and leave a comment. And then that's the opportunity to connect with somebody, brothers and sisters. That's why it's a certain way you have to do things. It's a certain way, the correct way to think for happiness and wealth. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but you need to share this stream right now. Share it again. They say scared money don't make money. There's no such thing as scared money. We add adjectives to money, but money is money. It is what it is. Any adjective we add to money is really the adjective we need to add to ourselves. A scared person can't make money. Right? A scared person can't make money. Not scared money don't make money. A scared person with money can't make money. And they're scared because they're thinking the wrong way. They're thinking the wrong way, brothers. So share this stream right now. Share it right now. Again and again and again and again. And for those of you who are members already, you got another step to do. Those that are members already, go to our private, our elusive, our exclusive Facebook group and put your information in there. Put your information in there. Your name, your city, right? What fraternity, sorority, professional organization. Who are you affiliated with? What groups? Let the world know, unless you're part of Illuminati or some Courage Code, they're part of the Skull and Bones. You can't you can't put that out there. They'll kill you, right? Jokingly, of course. But brother and sister, whatever you're affiliated with, go ahead and put that in our private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. What do you do for a living? Everybody can't be self-employed. That's a farce. Right? So put in there, what do you do? Be proud that you're an engineer. Be proud that you're a school teacher. Be proud that you're a garbage collector. There's a whole lot of garbage collectors that got their money right, got their wallet set right, got their purse set right. So don't let the good looks fool you. The good looks that people have with their degrees and nice cars. Good examples are Hispanic brothers and sisters, right? That do that hard work out in the sun, construction, landscaping. They got cheese, they got cheddar in the bank, cash. I've seen it over and over and over again. They've bought several properties from me over the years, paid cash money to put their families in from Mexico. You know how I go, 2 and 3 to a family. So that's what we have to do, brothers and sisters. Share this stream. Go in the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group. Put your information in. If you're not a member of our exclusive country club, black folks, we should have our own country club. Here it is. Black Wealth Empowerment, the private, elusive, exclusive country club group on Facebook. It's closed. You can't see nothing but the banner unless you're a member and the join button. So those of you who are not members and want to join, if you're watching the private platform, there's a link below, livevirtualnetworking.com. That's the URL, livevirtualnetworking.com. It'll take you straight to the Facebook page. You don't have to do any search. Don't have to do any searching. Livevirtualnetworking.com, because that's what it's about. Livevirtualnetworking.com. Go to that, hit the join button. We'll vet you, make sure that, you have a nice fit, You got your picture up there. You don't have some avatar, some blank avatar. So you don't have a picture. We go through your picture photo tab. You don't have no pictures of yourself. That's not going to work. You too secret. You need to go apply for the Illuminati or Skull and Bones or the Boule or something like that, because you just too mysterious for us. But we'll vet you and we'll bring you in, and you'll be a welcome member of our group. Now, if you're not watching this on our private platform, you might be watching this on YouTube. You might be here with a special invite from those that have followed instructions and hit the tab here. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can look below in the little tab, and YouTube has a Twitter and I think a Facebook tab. You can go ahead and send it out to your friends and invite them. What friend used to have a saying, what friends will let their friends drive drunk? Same thing here. What friend are we? If we have something that is more than worthy of our time, but we don't share it, but it's not worthy of anybody else's time. See, that's the wrong way of thinking. You should just think the opposite. If it's worth my precious time that I'll never get back, I'm about to blow this up on my feed. Because my friends need to be here. You know, all them 5,000 friends that you got on Facebook, my friends need to be here. They need to peep this out. Because if this should be of interest to them. And if it's not, then what do we have in common? We just got a whole bunch of friends that we don't have anything of interest. So share, brothers and sisters, share. If you're watching us in the YouTube channel, share it right now. Wherever you're watching us, share, brothers and sisters. It's all about sharing. You have to release what you got. We need to have a topic on that. Release more to get more. Release more to get more. The reason why we don't have, because we're not releasing. We're not releasing, brothers and sisters, all right? So go ahead and share the stream. Go to the Facebook page, our Private Elusive Exclusive Country Club page, and go ahead and put your information there. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you. So next week, we can give you some shout outs. We want to hear from you, brothers and sisters. It's time for the right voices to be heard. Time for the right voices to be heard, brothers and sisters. We're happy to bring to you broadcast 152. If you're just tuning in, brothers and sisters, you have tuned in to Black Wealth Empowerment Live, the live experience, where we just start at the surface, but we quickly go down deep. We go down deep and drill down deep into subject matters and topics that we have to talk about as Black people. See, you know, if you have an extreme case of cancer, the medicine you take in, brothers and sisters, is not fun. It's not enjoyable. You taking chemotherapy, hair falling out, all your hair on your head, your eyebrows, right? You're losing weight, you're looking bad. You got, what was that? Well, you got to take the dialysis 2-3 times a week. They jabbing a needle in your arm and running stuff through your system, brothers and sisters. See, to the extreme extent of our condition, then the treatment ain't pretty. The treatment is not comfortable. See, Black folks, we got to get out of this business of feel good. See, if that's what we gravitate towards, if that seems to be the only thing we receive is that which feels good, that is not the right way to think. That's why we got to talk about tonight the correct way of thinking. You know, when computers first came out, they used to say, you know, garbage in, garbage out. Right? So that's a universal principle, brothers and sisters. So share the stream right now. Share it right now again and again and again, because it's at the bottom of the hour. This is the hour of power. And we don't spend a whole lot of time, just enough time to deliver the message and for you to get whatever you can get from the delivery of this message. And whatever you don't get, know that you have to watch it over and over and over again, brothers and sisters, over and over and over again. Because these messages that we bring to you are pregnant. They can't help because we're drilling down deep into specific subjects that we as Black people need, that only we can deliver. Only we can deliver it, brothers and sisters. Only something. See, there comes a point in time when we got to do for self. Everything that we do, it has to Be from us, for us, by us. We have to do for self. And everybody has to do their part, brothers and sisters. Everybody has to do their part. This is my part. This is the Courage Coach part. And your part is to share this stream, is to share this stream over and over and over again. Your part is to go to the private, elusive, exclusive Facebook group and put your information in. Your job, your part, your role is to go to livevirtualnetworking.com so you can submit for your membership. And that's just the beginning. That is just the beginning. All right, so let's get into tonight's subject, the correct way to think for happiness and wealth. Happiness and wealth. And there's no better person to bring us the inspirational part of tonight's message than a brother that has been doing this very thing for many, 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 ever since I've known him, and that's been 15, 20 years plus, brothers and sisters. 20 years plus. He's been helping people, black, white, yellow, brown, from coast to coast, helping people to think the correct way. We can't even tap into the potential of what God has put in each and every one of us unless we do it the correct way. And it all starts with the way we think. So we want to turn it over to our brother, the Courage Coach, to take us into tonight's inspirational part of tonight's message. Courage Coach, it's all yours, brother. Light it up.
Yes, sir. Once again, peace, brothers and sisters. Rodney Assad Muhammad, your Courage Coach. Now, the correct way to think for happiness and wealth. Correct way to think. Well, if there's a correct way, then let's just walk down that road. There has to be an incorrect way. Oh, wait. This is the duality of the whole universe, right? Positive and negative, up and down, left and right, yeah, is or is not, all this stuff. So if there's a correct way to think for happiness and wealth, there is an incorrect way to think that produce disempowerment, meaning unhappiness, right? Sadness, maybe depression, and poverty. Poverty has a mindset. Bro, Dill will talk about some of that. Same thing with unhappiness. It's a mindset. It's an activity. See, even if poverty, there's activities that go along with the mindset that actually produces the poverty. The lack of funds. You broke. There's a mindset and activity that produces sadness, depression, and whatnot. Yeah, it's a mindset and an activity. As a man or woman thinks, so they are. Well, there's a place in the Bible in Philippians is 25. I think it's 2 and 5, I believe it is, that says, "Let this mind be in you, the same that was also in Christ Jesus." Right? Let this mind be in you. What was that mind? What was the mind of Jesus? I'm talking 2,000 years ago and now. I ain't gonna go there with that one. What's the mind of Jesus? Let's get into the mind of, just real quick. What's the mind of Jesus? Service. Wait, what'd you say? Service. If you go back and read the whole story, y'all, it's about giving and serving and helping and fixing. There's a saying in business and other areas that that you find a problem and solve it. That's how you gain or obtain wealth. People, the most wealthiest, most massively successful people are people who found a problem, identified a problem, saw a problem, or heard some people complain about something, and they went about the job of solving the problem, fixing the issue, alleviating the pain. And then people will pay to have their problems solved. Jesus said, when were you hungry and I fed you not? When were you naked and I clothed you? Right? When, and but they were saying that, about Jesus. And he said, well, inasmuch as you have not done it unto the least of these, you have also not done it unto me. Well, he was getting served. A woman washed his feet, right? Why? Why would she do? I feel compelled to wash his feet and to do something for this guy because he was serving so many people. You know that wealthy people can go places and not have to pay for stuff, even though they have plenty of money to pay for meals. They eat at a restaurant, guarantee it. The manager and then ultimately the owner, even if the owner ain't at the place, they will come there. If they hear about so and so such in the restaurant right now, what? I'm on my way. And they come down. Thank you so much for coming to. It's on us. The people who can most afford it get stuff for free. This is the craziest thing. That's why they usually smiling. The correct way to think. Watch this now. So that let this mind be in you is about serving. If you can find a way, brothers and sisters, to serve others. Now I'm not talking about just like you want some abusive kind of engagement with people where use me up and that's it. That's the end of the story. No, find a way to serve, to help people get what they need. If you help enough people get what they need and want in life, you can get what you want and need out of life. You just got to find a way to monetize the relationships. I'm not talking about some slick, kind of conniving kind of way. No. People will pay for good service, high quality involvements, and good products. People will pay. They're doing it already. People buy what they want. They will spend money on things they're passionate about. And if there's a problem and you find a way to solve the problem, oh my God, see, service. But what's the correct way to think? See, if you want happiness in your life, you got to get rid of the disempowered thinking, the lack and limitation mindset. What does that sound like, coach? All right, here we go. I can't. I don't think it's going. They never. I ain't really into. These are phrases that you're going to use. That's the reason why your happiness is down. Well, I ain't comfortable with. Correct way to think for happiness. If you want to think higher, more empowered thoughts, you got to start to distance yourself from disempowered thinking, unhappy people, sad and depressing news and things. Stop watching that stuff. My wife, she'll watch that foolishness. That's because she was in that environment, news environment, and information. She has a master's degree in library science and other things, but she just information. That's her thing, information. And so I get it's cool. That's her thing. All right, boom. Now, me, I don't really like watching the news like that. I don't like watching. I don't want to hear that stuff, really. I don't want it in my brain. Not that I can't filter it out, but I don't even want to have that combat to try to see if I can make sure I got the right things in to combat all the disempowered stuff I heard about how many people died, who got killed, who got hurt, who got maimed, what got to happen. Dang. If you feed on that, you become what you eat. Oh, yeah. Whatever you feed on, you actually assimilate, becomes a part of your cellular structure. It goes all through your blood. And you see, the brain is filled with chemicals, right? And electricity. And it sends signals to the rest of the body on how to behave, what to be, what's going on, what's happening, and how you're supposed to do what you're supposed to be doing, right? And so if you're feeding on disempowered negative people and information and sights and sounds and movies and all this stuff is coming in, your brain processes it and it says, send out a signal to the body to do some stuff based on what it's receiving. You find yourself not happy, check what you're feeding on. Check who you're hanging out with, who you letting in your ear. Check it. Look around. Say, wait a minute. Everybody I know is unhappy. Everybody I know is broke. Everybody I know talking about we ain't never gonna get. You know how our people don't never. We don't never. We ain't. They trying to keep us. They always gonna. Good God Almighty, really? Now there's conspiracy going on, but everything's not a conspiracy. Some of it is just our own crazy behavior. Oh yeah, some of it is self-manufactured foolishness. Uh huh. Nobody got their foot on your physically got their foot on your neck. So you say, well, they won't hire me. Okay, then make a job for yourself. Well, people won't patronize. What? Nobody else is doing it. So you won't be the first. Wow. Okay, now I'm probably believing you. But if you're not the first, if somebody else is doing it, guess what? Tag, you can do it too. If one person did it, somebody else can do it. You just got to have the mindset of finding a way. If you want to be happy in your life, you got to get some joy down in your soul. How do you get that joy in your soul? How do you get that joy down in your soul? You got to find out what you were born to do, brothers and sisters. You got to find your passion. Find out what it is you were born to do, what you were put on this planet, brought forth out of the eternal to do. You can, when you lock in on that, you gonna get real happy. People gonna say, "What's wrong with you?" The question is, "What's right with me?" I done found I know what God brought me here to do. It's on and cracking. You'll be so happy, and then when you doing it, you be fired up all the time. You like, man, I can't sleep. I can't wait to get up. Man, you be having alarm set. You say, forget, I don't even have to need alarm. I'm just ready to go all the time. You finding your joy. You finding happiness in your life by fulfilling your purpose. So here's the thing, wrap it up. If you don't feel like you got happiness, right? The thinking, something's not right with the thinking. It's usually because somebody somewhere sold you something. They sold you something. They sold you an idea, some dream or nightmare, right? They gave you some information and we received it. We took it in and we applied it in our life. And then, we have all these series of unhappy moments, disempowered relationships. Can't get along with your friends. Your family's all disempowered. They're all fighting and arguing. And down at the job, it's always a problem down at the job. And you go in the grocery store and they be tripping up in there. It's you. It's you. Oh, God, help me. It's you. It's all you. You the problem. I'm the problem. You the problem. Yes, you are. It's your thinking. See, you looking for something. You're going to find it every time. You looking for the white man to get you, right? You looking for, they always be trying to trick people down there. You like really hopped up on something supposed to happen. Well, guess what? You'll manufacture some stuff to happen to make it true. Get your mind changed to say, good things come to me. Good stuff's supposed to happen to me. My life's supposed to go well. I'm supposed to have great relationships. I'm supposed to meet great people. I'm supposed to have good, empowered environments. Everything around me is peaceful. Start to say these things in your life. And I said this before in another broadcast. When I pull up to a shopping plaza or someplace and I park and it's like that first parking spot's available, I pull up and that first park, like it's all kind of people in the park, and that first little spot right there is available. And I pull right in. I've been doing this for 20 years. I say preferred parking for preferred people. Whoa! I said, this is how life is supposed to be for me. Oh yeah. I walk in the store and walk up to the catch stand and ain't nobody in the line. I say, this is how life is supposed to be. Every time I'm flying first class, baby, guess what? I'm sitting in the first class seat sipping my orange juice before all the regular people get on. I'm saying this is how life is supposed to be. See, it's a mindset of happiness that you deserve the good that this world has to offer. So, brothers and sisters, anytime you want to get some happiness in your life, all you got to do is change your thinking and change your expectations. And a great way to get that started is to go all out in striving to find your divine purpose in life. I'm Rodney Assad Muhammad, your courage coach. Remember, no matter what else you do in life, you must always remember to cultivate the courage to roar. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Brother Rodney. Thank you for that message. Brother and sister, you got it. That he just gave you the recipe. You have to write it down now, but he just gave it to you. See, brothers and sisters, you have to understand something. We have to understand something. We come from a people with a long traditional history of oral history. We share things orally, right? We don't write everything down. That's been happening for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. We just pass on things verbally. He just shared it with you verbally. But if you want something to stand the test of time and to be accurate, to whereas people, all they have to do is follow the steps and they'll get the same results, you have to write that down. You have to write it down. So he just gave you the recipe, brothers and sisters. So you got to go back now and write it down. And write down the steps that he gave you. So you can have the correct way to think to be happy. Because nothing is worth anything without happiness. Money is not worth it without happiness, right? Luxury is not worth it without happiness. Having a lot of people around you is not worth it without happiness. He just gave you the recipe to happiness. But you have to go through, you have to go back and write it down. And then you have to follow the step. Follow the steps until happiness shows up. Not sometime, not every now and then, not based on if it's sunny outside or if it's hot or cold, but based on our ability to apply the recipe accurately, our ability to correctly think a certain way. He just gave it to you, brothers and sisters. See, you're looking for something difficult. The only difficult thing about life is what we bring to it. But life is simple if we do it the way it was designed to do. So let's talk about the money. This is the motivational part. Why? Because money puts a whole lot of us in motion. When we don't feel like doing anything, money will put us in motion. Right? Some of us don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and start our work week. For those that have traditional work weeks, or any day for that matter that we have to go to work, most of us are not excited. I'm talking about excited to go to work. See? But the money motivates us to go to work. That's why this portion is called the motivational part. Because money motivates. Money is the number one motivating factor in society. So, Daryl, what is the correct way that I need to think for wealth? Well, you know, brothers and sisters, some of you all have heard a book and might have read it and probably need to read it again, as I do, as I need to. It's called Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich. See, some of us might mistakenly think that all we have to do is think and we'll grow rich. No, we have to understand thinking is the beginning, rich is the destination. Thinking is where you start, rich is where you want to get to, is where you want to be. But there's things in between, because it's not just to the beginning and the end, right, butt up against each other. I wish it would. I wish it was like that, Courage Coach. I'd be so rich. Woo! I have boats and planes and trains, and y'all will be talking about me. But there's stuff that's in between that. See, the thinking produces action and results that tell you if you're thinking right or if you're thinking wrong. So think and grow rich. So we have to think a certain kind of way about money. The correct way to think about wealth, first of all, Brendan says, you got to personalize it now. It's personal development. It all starts with self. It doesn't end with self. If it starts and ends with self, that's called selfish. And you will never grow to live our purpose, as a courage coach said. Find our purpose thinking selfishly. Because God won't give you a purpose so you can keep it all to yourself and just use it so you can, the beam of light and success to just permeate from you for folks down the street and around the corner to see. God won't give you that. That's something you and Satan got together and y'all worked out and agreed upon. So money, the correct way to think about wealth for you personally, brothers and sisters, is first of all to tell yourself, no matter what your environment looks like, no matter what anybody else is saying, you got to tell yourself over and over and over again until you believe it, that I can be wealthy. It's possible for me to be wealthy. I don't care if I'm 65, 55, 45, 75. If I start now with the correct way of thinking, and then the correct actions that follow that correct way of thinking in the right direction, with the vehicle that's fast enough to get me where I need to go in a short period of time. So number one, we have to think right. The correct way of thinking is to believe that I can be wealthy. And you have to believe that until you become that. And then it goes from believing that to knowing that, because I got the proof to show it. But the question has to be, brothers and sisters, what is wealth to you? Don't let other people define what is wealth to you. What does that mean? Does that mean having a boat? 3 motorcycles? 5 cars? What is wealth? Go find the definition of wealth, not the one we give it, because you can give a definition of any word, and it can be the wrong definition. But that's what it means to you, and that's how you're using it. But nobody else knows that it means that but you. So it's a poor way of communicating when you make up definition to your own definitions to words. So what is wealth? What defines wealth? What does that mean? Okay, I see the definition. Let me get a deeper understanding of that. So now I can think clearly. See, it's hard to think, have the correct way of thinking if your thinking is cloudy. If you're not sure what words mean. That's why I say clear the words, clear it. Clear it in your mind what it means. What does wealth mean? Does it mean a whole bunch of things that you can't pay for? That just looks good, but you're 10 days away from it being repoed? Is that wealth? Define what it is, brothers and sisters. Not your definition. Define what it is. And then believe that it's possible for you, irregardless of what you see around you. We're talking about money. Irregardless. It's possible for me. I know it is. I know it just can't be the worst condition that anybody has ever been in that has built wealth. I know there have people that have come from a worse condition than me who became wealthy. I just know it. I believe it to the extent that I know it without proof, because it's in my best interest to believe that it's possible. So believe it is possible. Number two, brothers and sisters, talking about money. The correct way to think about wealth is to know that I have enough. What, Daryl? I have enough? You don't understand. I have a negative net worth. What do you mean I got enough? You have enough, brothers and sisters, to get to the next level. You have enough, brothers and sisters, to take another step in the right direction. See, that's the correct way of thinking, because now you're telling yourself, I have enough, and you're focusing on have enough instead of focusing on what you don't have, focusing on lack. You can't build abundance. You can't build wealth focusing on lack. It's not going to happen. You're not going to change the laws of the universe. That what you focus on materialize. Where attention goes, energy flows. So no, I got enough. I'm short on my bills, but I can take some of this and start building on it. I can cut back on this bill and skip cable for a month and then reconnect it back up next month or tell see if you don't try, brothers and sisters, you don't know what's possible. Do you know you can call your cable company and tell them, I don't want to cancel my service. I just want to turn it off for 30 days? See, you wouldn't know that unless you tried that. If not, you'd be talking about, oh, see, that don't work. They're talking about don't use it for then I'm gonna have to pay a reconnect fee and all that stuff. See, you don't believe. You before you find out you got doubts, which means you're not gonna even try. That's the wrong way of thinking to build wealth. Call them up and say, hey, I don't want to cancel, but I just need to cut back or turn it off for 30 days. Oh, no problem, Mr. Muhammad. We can do that for you. So number 2, know that you have enough, not to build wealth overnight, but you have enough to take all that you have, your intelligence, right? Your faith in believing, right? Your energy to exercise that faith and say, let me call a cable company and see how can I reduce my bill for a few dollars? Because I got to free up some cash, man. I got to take some money and grow in the direction of wealth. I got to start investing in myself, investing in the way I think, the proper way of thinking to build wealth. You spend all that money on cable. Well, is it helping you build wealth? I don't have cable. You can get that later on when your pocket set start getting better. You can always get cable again. See, we see the mindset and the thinking about money. See, you gotta be willing to do and make the necessary sacrifice on a short term so you can go back and get more later on. See, that's the mind, that's the correct way to think about wealth. I'm gonna cut back now, but because I cut back now, don't mean I'm broke. Don't mean, I can't never get cable again. Doesn't mean, if I start cutting off all this stuff, I ain't gonna never be able to get it again. That's not the right way to think about money. So you should be able to make temporary sacrifices for long-term gain. That's the correct way to think about wealth. That's the correct way. So know that you got enough. Not unless you're just looking at money. You got enough time, energy, intelligence, desire, spirit. See, that's why we leave with spirit, the inspirational part of the message. Because see, with the right spirit that the human being has, he can overcome anything, brothers and sisters. There's nothing the human spirit cannot overcome. Nothing. But we got to get our spirit right. And our spirit is rooted in belief. The belief that I can be wealthy. It's not too late. I don't care who in office. I don't care who the mayor. I don't care who the president. I don't care who the police chief. I don't care who they shooting down in the street. I can be wealthy today, starting today. I got all I need to be able to take it to the next level, to make the next move, to start moving in the right direction at a faster and faster pace. I got enough. God blessed me with $1,000, even though my bills are $1,500. He blessed me with intelligence. If I can just quiet down the emotion of defeat and turn that to the emotion or mindset of victory, knowing that I have enough to pull myself out of this condition. I have enough to turn this thing around. Wealth is not just money. Wealth is all that you have at your disposal, all that you have in your resource. All that combined makes up your total wealth. If you let yourself or let the world confine wealth to money, that is the wrong way to think about wealth. You take whatever you have and you build with that. And it starts with thinking, the correct way to think about wealth. And brothers and sisters, you do that with the Courage Coach share with you, what I just gave you about money, know that you'll be thinking the correct way. And then it just builds and builds and builds and builds. Because empowerment is found when you think the right way, when you're thinking correctly. That's where empowerment comes from. The correct way of thinking, empowerment comes from that. When we don't think right, we're disempowered. So if we look around and you see that we're disempowered in certain areas, then that's an indication we're not thinking correctly in that particular area. Being it politics, being it relationships, being it art and culture, being it education, being it in finances, being it in career, being wherever it is. If it's not empowering me, sustaining and building me up from that point of stability and substance, then I gotta think a better way. I'm not thinking like I should because I'm not being further empowered. I'm not being further empowered. Our empowerment should never stop growing. We should never say, I'm good. I got enough. See, that's the incorrect way of thinking for wealth. The incorrect way of thinking to build wealth is to be selfish. I'm good. I got enough. That's selfish. There's no need to build wealth thinking selfish. There's too many organizations that need financial support. There's too many groups that need financial support. There's too many foundations that's helping our people out that need funding. For us to ever say when it comes to money, I'm good. I don't need to be empowered economically, financially, personally anymore. I got more than I can spend in a lifetime. It's not about you, partner. If God blesses you beyond yourself, that means He wants you to give it away. He wants you to share it with people. That is the correct way of building wealth, to build wealth. It's not about you. It's about how many people you can help financially. That is the correct way to think about wealth. But and sisters, this is broadcast 152 here at Black Wealth Empowerment. We appreciate your time because why? That's a currency. Why? That's part of your wealth is your time. That's the most important part of your wealth is your time. The least is money. No, 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 it's not. Yeah, it is. Because without life that God give you, money does not matter. It can't help you once you're dead. Ask multimillionaires that are dead. All right. So with that being said, let's roll it over to and turn it over to and kick it back over to the Courage Coach for some final words, brothers and sisters. We can go on and on and on because we full over here. How about you, Courage Coach?
Yes, sir, Brother Earl. Thank you for that message. Thank you all for joining us on broadcast 152 of Black Wealth Empowerment, the live experience. Now, apply. Go and apply. That's really the best advice I can give you is apply, apply, apply. Immediately implement what you heard tonight. If you can do that, I'm telling you, it's gonna take your ability to grasp it, to get the results from it, it's going to take it up so much higher, exponentially higher than it would if you wait a little while longer, because energy has a way of dissipating over time and distances and whatnot, right? And so what you want to do is start to apply it immediately. Do something tonight, even if it's, hey, I'm gonna turn that TV off. You know what? Let me not watch the news. I don't need to know all the bad stuff that happened in the city or the town and whatnot. What Donald Trump done said, who did that. Don't wrap your mind up in that stuff. But Daryl said, I don't have cable either. I haven't had cable in God knows how long, right? I just ain't something I care so much about. I got other things to do, like earn income, right? And run my businesses and things like that. So I got better things to do with my time, right? And so how you use your life moments and life units is up to you. But I would strongly suggest you implement what you heard tonight, and then come back to us with the results. Let us know the results. That way we can, bear witness with you that, yep, that worked, man. I changed my whole way of looking at things. I sit being lighter now after that. Let go of some friends. Delete some numbers out your phone tonight. If you don't do nothing else, go grab your phone and delete some numbers to some disempowered people. Just did it. Boop. I don't need to know you. Boop. I don't need to know you. Boop, boop. And I definitely don't need to know y'all. Go through that. Why? I'm telling you, you're gonna feel better tomorrow. I know you are. You do that, you're gonna be like, oh, that's right. Hey, ain't my number. They number ain't even my phone no more. So they're gonna call you one day and they number just gonna pop up. You ain't gonna know who it is. You ain't gonna answer. You're gonna let it roll the voicemail. I don't know who that is calling me. And you're gonna roll the voicemail. That's gonna be a good feeling when you get that voicemail. Oh, it's me. I ain't heard from you. You're like, yeah, delete that mail. You ain't gonna hear from me either. I don't want to hear that stuff. So, brothers and sisters, apply, implement, and I promise you're gonna get the results. All right. So, God willing, we'll see you next week, and with another episode of Black Wealth Empowerment. It'll be 153. We got to do something super dangerous on 153. I just feel some powerful coming from 153. Brothers and sisters, thank you. Tell a friend. Join us next week. Peace.
All right. All right. Thank you, Brother Rodney. Appreciate you for those final words. Take action, brothers and sisters. Take action. I mean, what is there left to do? Life is for the living. And those that are living their life, they're taking action. I mean, specific action. Now, I don't mean action like I walked to the store today. No, they're taking purposeful action towards their potential, towards their aspiration, towards their defined destination in life. That's what I'm talking about. Not talking about, I went downstairs and got some water. I'm living. All right, brothers and sisters, here's what I want you to do. Share this stream. Share it over and over and over again. If you're not sharing it until somebody says something, just know you're not sharing it enough. All right? But we appreciate your time. Thank you for being here, brothers and sisters. We don't want you to come alone because we know that you can't build wealth by yourself. It's not possible. Not wealth. It's not possible. Even if you turn your money over to a financial advisor and put in a mutual fund, it's more than just you working that mutual fund, you working that stock, working that investment. It's just not you. It's just you just don't put that money out in the ether and it then comes back with a return. You put it in the hand of somebody to where as a group of people are involved to work that for you. You need to get in the habit of working as much of that for yourself. Share this stream, brothers and sisters. Thank you for being here for broadcast 152. And as always, God willing, we'll see you at the top, not from the top, because you, your family, but most importantly, our community deserves your very best. Till next time, take care and God bless.